Guys, welcome to this YouTube tutorial on how to make a crochet rose. In this tutorial I'm going to be showing you guys how I make this crochet rose. So for this rose I'm going to be using a 2.5mm hook, a pair of scissors, and a yay regular size wool in color red. So we're making a total number of 4 rows, and we're going to start with our foundation chains first. Foundation chains are not part of the 4 rows. These are just the chains in which we make the 4 rows. So we'll start by making our slip knots. For my slip knots, I usually make it by yarning over and pulling through 2 chains first. 1, 2, and pull through. That's how I make my slip knot. You can go back and rewatch it for a beginner. Then we're going to start by making our 50 chains. So I'm going to make my 50 chains and I'll meet you guys at the end. So I'm done with my foundation chains and I'm going to start making my row 1. So for the row 1, I'm going to be making 2 chains which will count as 1 double crochet. And then into the very 3rd chain stitch, I'm going to make my first double crochet. So in this row, we're basically going to be putting 1 double crochet into every chain stitch, which will give us a total number of 50 double crochets. So we're going to work our way down through the end of the chains. Yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, then pull through the second 2 loops. And we're going to continue like this till we get to the end of row 1. So I'll meet you guys at the end of this row. We are done with our row 1 now, and we're going to be starting our row 2. For our row 2, we're going to turn over, chain 2 stitches to count as our first double crochet, and in that very same stitch we're going to be making a double crochet stitch. So we're going to be working 2 double crochet stitches inside 1 stitch. So we're going to start 2 double crochets in 1 stitch. You can see it closely. 2 double crochets in 1 stitch, 2 double crochets into every stitch until we get to the end of the row. So it's kind of like a repeated pattern of increase. So make this increase all through the end of the row. So I'll meet you guys at the end of the row. So crochet into the very last stitch of our row 2. By this time, this is how your work should be looking like. You just form a circle. It's supposed to form a circle because of the amount of increases we did. So we're going to start our row 3. For row 3, we're going to chain two chain stitch to count as a double crochet, and we're going to turn our work, and into that very same stitch where we made the chains, we're going to make a double crochet. Yarn over and pull through, insert your hook, pull through 2 loops, pull through the second 2 loops to give us a double crochet, and we're going to be skipping 1 stitch, and into the next stitch we're going to make 2 double crochets again. So it's also a repeated pattern of increases, but the difference is that we're going to be skipping a stitch. So we're going to make 2 double crochets into that same stitch, skip 1 stitch, and make 2 double crochets into the next space. And it will be looking like this. So we're going to work this same pattern all up until the end of the row. Two double crochets, skip 1 space, and 2 double crochets. I'll see you guys at the end of the row. And that's the end of row 3. You have to go into the very last stitch. So at this point, this is how your work should be looking like. Should look like a very big circle. So we're going for our last row, which is row 4. We're going to chain 1 this time around. We're not chaining 2 stitches, we're going to be chaining 1 stitch, and we're going to be making a double crochet in the next stitch, 3 double crochets into the next stitch in one space, then a double crochet, a chain 1, and a slip stitch repeatedly. So I'm going to be showing you guys here very closely. We'll start by chain 1, a double crochet into the next stitch, 3 double crochet into the second space stitch, this is to form an increase 2, then a double crochet, just 1 double crochet in the next stitch, you chain 1 and make a slip stitch. We repeat that again, a chain 1, a double crochet, 3 double crochet into the next space, one double crochet, then chain 1 and slip stitch into the next stitch. So the pattern goes again, chain 1, double crochet into the next stitch, 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, then a double crochet into the next, then chain 1 and slip stitch into the next stitch, chain 1, a double crochet, 3 double crochet into the next, then 1 double crochet, chain 1 and slip stitch into the very next stitch. So we're just going to basically work the same pattern of shells round until the end of the row. At this point, this is what your work should be looking like. So I'm just going to continue this till the end of the row, and I'll see you guys at the end of the last row 4. And that's the end of our row 4. So we're just going to cut our yarn off, chain 1 and pull through. Just pull up the remaining yarn out, and this is what my work is looking like right now. I think yours should be looking the same way. So for the last and final step, we're going to be rolling up our rows. To give us that exact rows form, we're going to be rolling it up like this. You can also use a glue while you're rolling it up, so you just like glue everything in place. But I'm not going to be gluing mine. I'm just going to like roll it up and use a darning needle to stitch it together. So here I rolled up my rows, and look at that, we made a crochet rose. Isn't this so pretty? So you can also use like a fabric glue to glue yours together, like I said. For mine, I'm going to be using a needle to stitch it up. So you can put the remaining yarn into your darning needle, and you're just going to use that to stitch everything together, just like the way I'm doing this right now. I'm going to stitch it together and hide your thread. So I think this tutorial is already long enough. So in my next tutorial, I'm going to be showing you guys how I made my sepal of my rose and how I'm going to make everything into a bouquet. So basically, I'm just trying to hide my remaining yarn. And that's the end of this tutorial. I'm going to be seeing you guys in my next tutorial. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below what you think of this beautiful rose. Bye.